friend of mine that because when Fire Emblem the mobile game first came out, I was like, you know what I should do if I was like smart enough? I should come out with like a rip-off game of that, but call it Waifu Warriors, and like just do the same thing and just like it would go nuts. And he's like, you should do that. You probably make money. I'm like, I should, but I don't know people to make it happen.
I'm probably not gonna talk a whole lot.
Oh, so I'm gonna make. Okay, so I
mean, in my like gaming stuff, because I played games that are like new, but
I gotta be Jesus carrying the cross to his death. Aw, yeah.
I'm like I feel very blah right now. I'm trying to drink an energy drink, so we'll see how I feel.
I should be, considering the work, what kind of work I did, and that fact that a customer shoved me today. But oddly, I'm in a good mood.
I woke up at 5 a.m.
So, high five, 5 a.m. buddies. Man, I'm watching. I have it on right now, but I'm gonna turn it off when we actually start. But the Iceborne Monster Hunter stuff is going on right now. Man, I wish I was in the Monster Hunter. I wish I was in the Monster Hunter, because this stuff looks so. I'm not gonna say cool.
Badass.
No. Neat and cool. Yes. Fuck! I didn't want to go with a cold pun. Shit.
It's not. You don't even.
Yes, it is, because it's ice, cold, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still cool. Is just cool.
I didn't want to. Okay, sure, fine, but it looks crazy and awesome, and I love watching it. I wish I could play it too.
Alright, I tweeted out the stream. Okay. I'm ready to start.
I am oddly ready to go for some reason.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Charge Shot Gamescast. Each and every week, friends gather around and talk about games they've been playing and things going on. Realize today I have with me Justin.
I'm so tired.
And Ben.
I am anime, motherfucker.
Ben, you're at like an 11. I mean, good, like awesome, but you're making us look bad.
Oh, don't worry. The self-deprecation will return probably next week. We'll see.
So, Justin, what have you been up to this week?
Oh, let me tell you. No, I don't really want to talk about like most stuff this week because it's stupid work stuff.
I mean, it's fine.
I mean, just like, you know, for personal reasons, I probably shouldn't talk about it. But I spent part of today in the hospital with my wife because she was having surgery. So I had a very early start to my day. And why do you have a smiley face on your wall? Or like a meh winky face?
That's Johnny Wrestling logo.
Yeah. Did they give those out for free?
There's a super fan that gives those out at every wrestling event here. And it's just his sign, man.
Yeah, that's literally like his logo.
Yeah.
All
he wears it on his pants.
I haven't been sleeping super well this week because I was like stressed and stuff. And then we went to bed at like 8 or something last night. At, 5 this morning. And drove to the hospital, spent a while there, and then came back with the half loopy spouse in the car and had to drive all the way home in a storm with barely visible. I was like, I swear, if we die in a wreck after getting back from a surgery, I'm gonna be really mad because someone's gonna be liable for the medical bills still.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Kill us before. Anyway, that's a bad joke. But yeah, so most of this week, I haven't really been in the mood to play too much. I'll start something up and then just not really feel it and switch to something. But last weekend I had a friend come down and we played a few things. I jumped back into some Mortal Kombat because I wanted to try out Nightwolf and Shang Tsung. I liked one of those characters. Nightwolf feels really lame and underbaked.
Racist mother.
Shang Tsung's great, and he's also not white. So check your privilege.
Of course, white man does not like Native American character, of course.
Anyway,
This is funny because Ben kept going on and on about Nightwolf and how much he loved him, and
he's just like I thought he was gonna be cool, but like a lot of his powers are buffs, and so like
oh yeah, I don't like that.
Really? You weren't messing with the right stuff, my guy.
that I did his tutorial, like his move tutorial.
Did you change like his moves, like his abilities? Because he
Well,
has
the
some cool
move tutorial
stuff.
shows you like variety, shows you variants too, doesn't it?
Not really. Not
I
all
thought
of them.
It seems
Not
like it does.
not all. Like the fun part of the is like putting stuff together. Like, well, let's try this with this, and then
No, I did not try variant.
yeah, do that.
Default
Like,
ones.
Yeah, he has some fun stuff. Trust me.
But I don't like if a character doesn't like engage with me, then I'm not going to spend the time to customize them. You know,
It's just 3 slots. It doesn't take hard to customize, bruh.
whatever. I don't want to fill his slots. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, Nightwolf. I'll figure slots, baby.
But Shang Tsung's really cool. Fun with him. I love the transformations, the way you can kind of like sling together different like single move transformations, which I know is not his thing. Like that's really not something he should be able to do. Just transforming on a whim to do one move and then transform back.
Oh, the ninja moves?
Yeah. That's not really true to his character and his abilities, but
well,
it
he
looks cool.
actually has their soul, so that's why he can do it. Because they're all dead.
I thought he had to like take the soul, temporarily transform, and then.
I mean, he does. It's just like once he does the move, he's back. So. It's not
Yeah.
Like
Never mind. I'm saying like usually like he just steals the soul and gets like a temporary transform,
right.
and then like they get their soul back, like or maybe they don't get it back, but he transforms back, and then has to steal it again to transform again. Like I didn't think he just held on to like had the infinite ability to transform into some characters.
Master Sorcerer. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, but point is he's really cool. But I went through all of the other like I finished all the character tutorials just because I was like I wanted something to play while I was watching some stuff one night, and I tried to spend some more time in the crypt. I guess my friend hadn't seen how bad it is on Switch, like how bad the crypt is. So like we did a few multiplayer matches, and he's not really a big Mortal Kombat guy, so he kind of lost interest. But he had seen like the crypt mode and like from watching other people play the game, and so I was like, check this out. And I forgot how bad it is. Like I was playing it on the big TV too, not on my computer monitor.
Ooh.
And like. It looks too bad to have such frame rate issues.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't do both. So, Mortal Kombat's still like, it's still a good game, but I have a hard time getting into it. But I'll check into it when some more DLC comes out. Aside from that, we did a bunch more Ultimate Alliance 3. Because even though we were in person and could play local multiplayer games, he wanted to play that like local wireless on his like Switch and handheld mode while I played on the TV. Sure. I think he just wanted to buff his characters, so it's like it was an excuse. But like we can do that online. We didn't need to spend time, together playing that. But it was mostly going through some of the Infinity Trials and things like that, just kind of, grinding out for gear and stuff. Nothing too crazy. I'm still holding off on beating the game because I want to play it with you guys.
Aw, we matter.
Yeah. I enjoy that. And then I played some more of the Dragon Quest XI demo, but I didn't get too far because I want to play it on stream. I figure I've got a few more sessions of that at least. And I didn't get to do it this week because I had to go to bed early. So I just kind of wanted to do some of the random little side quests and stuff in town that would probably be boring to play on stream. And then stopped, before the next story transition thing. But my main actual RPG has been Grandia 1. I never played this one. I played 2 a lot on Dreamcast. And it very much feels like the first game in the series. Like a lot of the stuff plays very similarly. the battle system feels kind of the same, with like the way you can see the when people go, and you can like
Mm-hmm.
counter their attacks to prevent them from attacking you. Like cool stuff in there, but it just throws you right in the story, and you're just like running around town like doing dumb little fetch quest stuff, and it's like an hour
You're
of
being a
time.
kid. You're
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, it's like an hour of time, like running around doing stuff
Yeah.
and like meeting characters before you ever even like go out into an adventure or anything where like the RPG elements kick in.
Right.
Um, and when you do finally get into combat, it just happens. Like
Pretty
there's
much.
no like, like how do I battle again? And like it's a fairly easy combat system to figure out, but it's just like I think some of the nuance of it would be better served if you actually had kind of a, just one little tutorial thing that you can skip if you want. Because like I said, there is kind of the like, oh, so if I attack this person, then they'll drop to the back of the line, and so like the ways you can kind of manipulate battle order and like counter moves and things like that. You don't know unless you just figure them out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of weird, but I think it's a sign of the times too, probably. But I will say this remaster is not amazing. The game itself is good. It's still solid. The voice acting is not great, but I like that it has
Don't you
it.
dare! The voice acting is fine for 1998, and it's still fine now.
Yep. It is perfectly fine. That's exactly what I was saying.
Yes.
But like I still find myself like whenever the voice acting does kick in, I'll like stop whatever video I'm playing and listen to it because I like having voice acting. And I was kind of pleasant. I didn't know it was in there. I was pleasantly surprised by that. But the art style is pretty simplistic. Anyway, like that kind of mix of like sprites and 3D, but like not really a seamless mix, like in like Final Fantasy Tactics or something like that, where the art style kind of meshes. This is just like
3D sprites.
SNES sprites with like kind of chunky 3D isometric view. It feels very at odds with itself. And this remaster, I think, tries to blend it a little bit better by smoothing out the sprites and some things like that. But it does it in a kind of lazy way. Where you can like see the seams in the characters smoothing. Because like the way they smoothed it, there's like aliasing. It cut across the middle of the sprites. And there was one point I meant to take like a switch grab of it, screen grab, but it's literally just one frame of the animation was not smoothed, and so it'd be really hard to hit the screenshot right at the right moment to get that one frame. But there's some really cool animations, like the amount of animation in the game for sprite graphics is impressive. But this is this one thing, and the problem is it kept repeating. It wasn't like something that happens once and they move on from. It's like if you just hold the dialogue box, it'll keep doing it. And so it would show like the really like big pixels of like the original sprite art for one frame, and then it would go back to the regular smooth for the rest of the animation. And it's just like little things like that where like they just did not put that much effort into this. It looks great. It's in widescreen. Like I don't mind it at all, but I'm kind of ready to get to Grandia 2 because I think that game looks a lot better, and I have the nostalgia for it to kind of get through some of the uglier elements of it. But I'm enjoying it so far. Like I'm not trying to knock the game or anything. It's just kind of slow. It feels too zoomed in. Like there's specifically points on the kind of fairly open maps where you can like get kind of a bird's eye view. Like just it zooms the camera out and you can kind of see like an immediate area around you. And the fact that they put that feature in there makes it seem like they knew that it was too zoomed in, but they left it anyway. And then just put in areas where you can be like, oh, here, I have a better view. Because like I said, some of these areas are like fairly large, and it's not really clear where the boundary ends, because it's like you'll just kind of be trying to map around the area to like find random treasure or whatever that's strewn across the map, and you'll just leave. Because like if it's a if it's like kind of like a grassland, there's no tree line or anything that stops you from, leaving the map. If you just walk too far out, you leave, and then you're back on the world map. And like in town, the area that leaves the map isn't any different than just like wandering around town. It's just there's less buildings there. So it's like there might be a break in the buildings, and you're like, oh, this is going to a courtyard, and then you just leave the town.
Yeah.
So it's those kind of unclear things where, like, I wish they had, like, dotted lines or something that designates, hey, this is the edge of the map. And because it's so zoomed in, it can be hard to kind of tell where you're going next. So it leads to a lot of those kind of annoying parts where you just end up somewhere else. Or, like, it'll be like the opposite, where it's kind of an enclosed map. Like, I was just on a ghost ship. There's kind of an enclosed map, and then, like, all of the 3D like objects block your view, so you're just constantly spinning the camera around to see where you're even going, because you can't really get a clear view of what's in front of you or anything. So it's that clunky, like, not terribly good camera view, like 2.5D isometric that can kind of bother me sometimes. Like, I love Breath of Fire 4, for example, but it's got similar issues where you spend more time spinning the camera around to see the thing you're trying to see than you do actually, like, exploring the area. Also, the inventory for each character is not big enough. They can each hold like 11 items, and that's absurd, including like equipment and things like that. But in general, it's a good game. Like, I'm enjoying my time with it, and I really wanted an RPG just to like delve into, so it's scratching that itch. But I can see that it's very dated, and it's just kind of surprising considering how much I love 2. I guess they just made a lot of improvements to that.
Yeah. I will say, this is actually the first RPG I ever played. So I never beat it as a kid. I only beat it like 7 years ago, honestly. But once the lore starts kicking in and like you get into the first sort of like the bigger implications of things, that's when things start to get interesting to me. And then you get the epic stuff pretty soon. Once the ball stops rolling, it really doesn't stop rolling to me. At least I remember it.
It's just, it starts so slow. I can see a lot of people falling off it pretty quickly.
I didn't. I love that wandering around the city, being a kid, and it was so great to me.
When you're a kid, I'm sure it's pretty cool.
It was
but
cool.
As an adult trying to play it, I'm like, okay, like, is this game going to start anytime soon?
Well, I was like 24 when I replayed it, something like that. I can't do math. And I thought it was fine then. Maybe it was just this. I don't know. Yeah. I hope you like it when you get more into like the mystery stuff. And the beautiful thing is about Grandia is all linear. Like, there's no side quests or anything like that. It's all like just go here, but it's so streamlined in a good way.
That is kind of refreshing, actually.
Linear doesn't mean bad, kids.
Right. It just means it knows the thing it's trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, which you can respect, you know.
Just fight it. Just be sure to fight everything. Literally, you're gonna need it.
Yeah, there's the grind is kind of ridiculous. Like, I like that enemies don't come back when you beat them. It makes it actually feel like, you're taking everything out in each area.
Yeah.
Like your actions actually have an effect, unlike other games where, you leave the map and go back and they're all back and you're like, ugh, what am I even doing? Like, what's the point? Granted, then you can grind endlessly, but I've always preferred actually feeling like you're clearing everything out.
Yeah.
But like, I'm level 6, I think.
Let me know when you need help on the magic system, because the magic system can be kind of confusing, and it doesn't explain it.
Yeah, it's chunky.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's once you get it though, it's like it's fun. But it's
because like all of the abilities, it seems like they're AOE, but they don't explain. Like, they don't give you a range.
Well, there's AOE abilities or stuff like the stuff that you have right now, early game. That's just the stuff the character's gonna get naturally. Soon, eventually, not that much longer, I don't think. You'll get like fire, wind.
I have fire.
You have fire? Okay.
Yeah, from the whatever that chick's name is.
Oh, you already have Fina.
Yeah, I said I was on the ghost ship.
Okay, my bad. I forgot how fast you get her.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I used that ability because I figured, I was like, okay, it says range, like it probably affects multiple enemies, but then like it has you pick one enemy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't tell you like how big the range is or anything.
Yeah, and that part's not great. You pretty much gotta guess.
Because like in Grandia 2, I think it does.
Oh, Flame Burnham. God, I had that ingrained into my head, and I
But I
love
really
it.
do like that more, active combat system where it's like
It's
you have the amount of space you can move and you can
yeah.
kind of take advantage of that because you can get far enough away from enemies that you can pick them off from a range, and
Mhm.
by the time they get to you, they can't attack. Like that kind of, that more D&D style thing where you have to take movement into account. But when it doesn't give you like the range on stuff or like, the area of effect on your spells and like it just makes it less interesting to have those elements at play. But I don't know. I am enjoying it, and I'll definitely keep going with it because the story like isn't really engaging me, but there's enough. Like I like the characters enough that I want to know more.
Yeah, so you already know why he's going, like Neo Angelo and all that stuff and
Yeah,
everything. Okay, you already
yeah,
know
that's
all
all
this.
cool. Like that first ruins was when I was really like, oh, okay, this is
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
It didn't help that I was sitting at the waiting room playing that in handheld. Like I was like, yeah, this is much more interesting than anything else around me right now.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it, I think. I did some Gears 4, uh, but I'll let him discuss that and chime in as needed because I've gone on long enough.
Ben?
Just a quick side note, I got my 6-button, or technically it's the 8-button Sega Genesis controller because the Sega Genesis Mini is coming out at the end of next month, or in 3 weeks or something like that. And it does come with 3-button ones, but I grew up with the 6-button one, so it was $20. I bought it and I tried it out on Sonic 3 Knuckles. Just played the first 2 levels, and it works great. It feels great. It feels like I'm holding a Genesis controller. I got the translucent blue one because it was the same price as the black one. I wanted it to be cool, and it actually works on Switch. Apparently, these controllers did not work on Switch previously, but this newer model does. So, first thing I did was pop in Sonic Mania into my Switch, and I played Sonic Mania on a Genesis controller on my Switch, and that was cool. It's a great controller. If you are a person who has a little extra cash to throw around, and maybe don't want the 3-button controller because you literally cannot play Super Street Fighter 2 on the Genesis controller with the 3-button. You just can't. I think you have to just go to the menu to swap buttons and kicks, which is stupid.
Yeah.
So it's dumb. So that's why I bought it, because I want to play Street Fighter 2 and hear the Genesis sound effects. It's $20. It's on Amazon. Go buy them. They're great. It's a great controller. It's a really great product. Hashtag not an ad. But I also tried the Dragon Quest demo because I figured, well, let me see the hullabaloo about. And this game is really pretty. Like
Yeah.
I love it. Like I haven't seen anything on it outside of like trailers and stuff like that. But like I loved how vibrant it is and how colorful it is. It got me like a mix of like Xenoblade Chronicles and Breath of the Wild feels with how like
Mhm.
the depth of field. I'm like, this is good. The music is a little overbearing. Like it's kind of just in your face all the time, and not sure how I feel about that.
Variations.
Yeah, English voice acting is a thing. You can like it if you want. I'm playing on Japanese because I'm a weeb. But yeah, the combat system is fine. Like it's it's turn based. It's Dragon Quest. It's the granddaddy. So I wasn't expecting anything too good. I do love that you can follow the dog. Like the dog will guide you to your next point. I love that. Yeah, I only played up to the point where you get back to town. That's about it. Because I've been playing another game that I'm going to talk about in a minute. But I really liked it. Just presentation alone was super nice. The water was so pretty. I'm sorry. I'm a sucker for water effects in video games. You show me pretty water, I'm going to buy your game 9 times out of 10. But I'm looking forward to playing more, even though I have 2 other big games on my plate, because I want to get as much as a head start in this game before the actual one comes out, so I don't have to start over. So in the other game I'm playing is, of course, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Since the last time I was on the show, I have put in so many hours into this game. This is going to be spoiler filled because I cannot talk about this without being spoilery, and the game's been out already. Most people have finished their first playthrough by now. So if you haven't,
But you've been warned.
you've been warned. You're warned. So basically, I sort of, in the last time we recorded, I have gone to that moment. So the mystery sort of come and follows that there's this mysterious cult that's basically like trying to undermine the church's authority, which is what you're teaching at, and your father gets killed by a student that you rescued earlier in the campaign, and like that was I tweeted about that, and one of my friends thought it was one of my kids, like, no, my dad was killed, and here's the cool thing about it though. So and I haven't talked about this, but because I'm playing on the casual mode, but there's a mechanic that's built into it called Dragon something. It basically allows you to reverse time. So say like if a unit falls, or if like say a turn didn't go your way and you want to move your units again, you can, instead of like what most Fire Emblem players used to do is to hit quit, start over, and go from there. They would save scum. And now it's literally built into the game, and you only get like a Dragon Pulse, that's what it's called. And you only get a certain amount. You can get more and more as you level up, whatever. And what's cool about it is that the reason you can do this is because this main character, Soth, this little green-haired girl you've probably seen on like promotions, she's the one who can do that. She's the only reason you can do that. And in the cutscene where your father is being murdered, she tries to reverse time, and then it doesn't work. And I'm like, that's super cool. But also, why? My dad, Papa, why do you leave me? Just like your real dad. No, I'm kidding. My dad loves me. So that was neat. No, he doesn't. I mean, nice. He does. So then, basically, you fight the Flame Emperor, who's kind of been this big boogeyman for the show for this part of the game, and you find out who it is, and it's been a big mystery. Who's the boogeyman? Who's the boogeyman? Who's the Flame Emperor? And it turns out it's actually Edelgard, the one of the main characters that's on the box, which apparently I'm an idiot, but I didn't see coming. Like, I was like, what? Why? What? And I just had this whole questions running in my mind, because I was like, why? Why would you do this? And so once she's ousted as the Flame Emperor, she basically declares like all-out war against the church. And the final mission before you have the giant time skip, which everybody's talked about on Twitter, which I've alluded to before, but didn't spoil for people who didn't want it spoiled. She basically sends her Imperial forces to the church, and it's basically like Helm's Deep. You're entrenched, you got to keep them out, and hope to God you survive. And even if you win the battle, basically her forces overrun you, and you fall off a cliff like T'Challa does in Black Panther. She's captured, and it's crazy because it goes from like Game of Thrones to fucking Star Wars super fast, because 5 years pass. So like it's like you're gone for 5 years, you're presumed dead, all the kids are gone. The Imperial army basically goes on a huge like conquest. Like they decimate the Blue Lion's kingdom. Like it's gone. It's like a sliver left. And then like I chose Golden Deer, so like they're divided on like, do we side with the Empire, do we not? And this would made me realize that it's going to be worth going back for another playthrough, because, and I was skeptical because I wasn't sure how different it would be playing either as the Blue Lions or the Black Eagles. But now that I know Edelgard is the Flame Emperor, I want to know, does she show you that in the Black Eagles sideline? Will she try to recruit you? Can you join her side? Like, that's interesting to me. You know, like, how different can it be? And then also, what happens if you join Blue Lions? Because each time you go to the monastery, you can talk to the students, right? And you can kind of gauge their emotions, and they're all like, they're shocked. They're like, well, I don't understand what's going on. Why would she do this, all this stuff? And like Dimitri, who's the Blue Lions leader, he's the blonde-haired guy you've seen, he's like pissed. He's like angry as fuck. I'm like, why are you angry? And apparently you find that out in his campaign. So I'm like, or the Blue Lions Chaos campaign. I'm like, okay, so it's basically you play through similar maps and probably similar beats happen, but like you get to see their side, and I find it interesting. That makes me want to go back. It's basically what Fire Emblem Fates should have been. Instead of me buying 2 different games to get the whole story, I get 2 different other perspectives, but it's all the same story, even if you play through only one. So and this is the final part before I move on to the final game. You meet up with your kids, and they're older, and I'm not gonna lie, I cried because my babies are grown up. I've achieved A rank with every one of my kids, so that was neat, including one of the knights I recruited, Shamir. She's great, and now I'm at the point where like, well, who's gonna be my wife? And in previous Fire Emblems, you could choose whenever you want. As long as you hit A rank, you can just choose. Now, basically the game decides you have to wait till after the war is over with to get married. Because why would you get married in the middle of a war? That doesn't make any sense. So I was like, okay, fine, fair enough. But I've officially think I've gotten almost A rank on all the kids and their friendships. So basically, we're like one family unit, and I love it. I feel like, especially looking at social media and like just talking to them, I feel like Golden Deer is the best house overall in terms of kids, just because they're all unique, they're all fun. Raphael, he's this big Hulk guy character, but he's like just adorable and like
a turtle. Caring.
He's not a Ninja Turtle. He's not that slender, but he's more Michelangelo because he's always hungry. But like he's just a nice guy. He's like Professor Hulk from Endgame. He just wants to do good, you know. So yeah, I thought I was near Endgame because of how the story's ramping up. But like, no, I got 2 more parts, so I'm nowhere near finishing this. Apparently, at least this campaign. But having gone through what I've gone through within the past week alone, I can easily say that I like it more than Awakening, which I didn't think was possible, because Awakening was, the bar, and and right now it's until Astral Chain dethrones it, it's Game of the Year, and I haven't even finished it yet, just because how much I love the battle system, now the battalion system, which I haven't really talked about, how they interjected monster fights into the game. The story I think is really, really good and really engaging. The music, oh my god, the music is amazing. I hope they do a patch in Smash Brothers and they put some of this music in there. It belongs in Smash. It'd be sick. Even if a Fire Emblem Three Houses character doesn't make it in. So yeah, go play this game if you like strategic RPGs with marrying your students. They're older. They're 5 years older when you can marry them. So you cannot S rank them when they're older, when they're younger. So it's okay. Just date your students.
You're grooming them to love you. And it's fucked up.
I'm just being a good teacher and teaching them how to be well. And I'm actually looking forward to doing another playthrough because I understand how battalions work and how to level up my authority and how doing different things can level up things. I'm looking forward to doing another playthrough with all this knowledge that I have, because I'm not they're not, everything's not what's the word I'm looking for? Optimized to how I want it. I like how my units are, but I'm looking forward to doing another one. I'm like, okay, you're gonna be this, and I do this, and I do this. I'm looking forward to that chess match. But that's enough of Three Houses, because, good lord, this game is amazing. I'm gonna keep playing it, and can't wait to do another campaign. But the other one, the last game I played, was Astral Chain, the game that is currently getting review bombed on Metacritic for some stupid fucking reason.
It was getting really good reviews.
Too?
It's apparently people are review buying it because it's on Nintendo Switch only.
Because it's a Switch exclusive, yeah.
Yeah, because people are fucking babies. That's what. I don't ever see Nintendo fans review bomb an Uncharted or all those other games whenever they're exclusive. But the second we get a badass Platinum game, it's like, oh, buy the fucking system. There you go. That's my answer. Buy the fucking system. But I played it. I only played the first 40 minutes because I was on my way to work. I couldn't stay up to play it the night before, so I played it. This game is so badass. I'm sorry. You start off on this cool Akira style bike as you race down to a crime scene, and it's just super slick and stylized, and you got these things that are coming at you. You got to shoot them, and you're dodging traffic. It's super sick. That being said, though, combat-wise, it's a little different than most Platinum games because you technically are not the main character feels heavy, if there's a word I could he doesn't feel if you're expecting this to be like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry,
he feels like an absolute unit.
Yeah, you play as an absolute unit. Yes. Oh, by the way, you can character customize in this game. It's not much. You can only really customize hair, eye, skin color. And I think that's about it. And you can choose be male or female. I went male.
Hey, it's as good as any Pokemon game.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, it's probably better than any Pokemon game, actually. Yeah. But I chose male, and I got purple hair with green eyes, because that's how I imagine myself as an anime boy.
You're a total weeb.
I know. I want purple. Dude, if I had the balls, I'd do purple hair, but my hair's not long enough for it, and I don't cut it. I cut it too much to keep it long enough to let people enjoy it. But anyways, so like the combat itself, you start off with just getting like a nightstick and you're fighting these demon things, and I felt like this is kind of awkward. First of all, the combat default, the default combat, the attack button is ZR, which is super fucking awkward because I kept my muscle memory is trained to Y to do it, which by the way you can change your button not button mapping, but the controller preset to where that like Y is your attack and ZR is your dodge, so you can change that. So I was a little worried about that, but you can change that.
The trigger is always the dodge on most of those games.
Yeah, not by default in this game. So
that's weird.
You have to
I'd still rather have like ZL be dodge than
ZL. Actually, here's the thing: ZL is where you have your Legion. Your Legion is the big gimmick of this game, where they're these demonic things that humanity is capturing. By the way, this is a post-apocalyptic game. This is not like modern Tokyo or something. Like apparently, all humanity has been wiped out.
Is this Neo Old Tokyo?
Not Neo Tokyo. It's like an island. I mean, it's basically fucking Japan, I guess. It's like a man-made island somewhere in the ocean. I don't know where it was. It was like 5 in the morning when I played this game, and it's a man-made island, and you're the last remnant of humanity. And humanity started capturing these demons with the Astral Chain to fight back. And so basically, at least so far, the Legion, as they call it, the captured demon, is the one doing the cool stuff so far. Versus you're kind of just like you can pull it back because you can't. A game mechanic it seems that they hinted at early on is that you can't keep the demon or the Legion out too long because it'll start getting annoyed and it won't listen to you. So you have to basically like let it rest, and you can do the attack. The demo they do like an intro, and it shows that you'll eventually start getting cool weapons yourself, and you'll be fighting alongside the demon, or not the demon, the Legion. So it looks like you're not. It's not like automated where like you're gonna the Legion will do all the work. You're still gonna do it. It's just right now you're a rookie cop, so you have to learn how to do it. But yeah, I already love this game. I already love it. And I can't wait to do like more of the police work itself, and you know, yeah, I can't wait. It just has a great visual style. Yeah, that's really all I got. I'm probably gonna play more tonight if my energy doesn't start cracking, because it probably will, but we'll see.
We got a lot of news to get through today.
Yeah, Astral Chain, definitely worth a shot. Please buy it. Support Platinum. Don't be a review bombing asshole.
Cool. So what I've been up to, I've mostly been binge watching TV shows this past week. I'm not going to talk about them. That's mostly what I've been doing. I've been playing some Kiwami 2, Yakuza Kiwami 2, and I'll just share one anecdote. There was a side quest where I bump into a visitor from Korea, and he's like, "Show me around Kamurocho." And the first place he wants to go is a Japanese porn place to watch like Japanese porn. It's so weird. But then you show him around like other places and stuff, and then he gives you money, and then he fucks off. I guess maybe he's in some of the later games, because he says like he kind of alludes to it. If you're ever in my neck of the woods, I'll show you around. So there's that. I played some Control that came out. I really like Remedy. Like they're one of my favorite studios. Ever since Max Payne came out, I've just been playing all their games. And I didn't know if I was gonna get this one because I'm trying to be tight on money. But I eventually broke down and bought it. And I'm a little disappointed I didn't get to try out the ray tracing. Like as soon as I activate that, it just crashes my game, so I have to play without it.
Ray tracing's intense.
It is very intense. I need a better card. I need like a 2070 or something. But the story itself is pretty cool. It's very vague. There's like not the FBI, but it's like their version of FBI, but it's about control. And it's about controlling supernatural.
The BFI.
The FIB.
The IBF.
But it's about controlling like supernatural powers and stuff. There's like objects of power, they call them OOPs. Like there's a lot of made up stuff like that, like acronyms to make it all sound fancy. But it's kind of weird. The main character, it's a third-person action game, and the main character talks to you, but you don't know if she's talking to you, or you something else you. So it's kind of got like a weird second-person narration to it almost, which is really interesting. Like you don't see a lot of games trying to go for that kind of narration, or any works of media really. And so the first object of power you get is a gun, and an example of this narration is you could walk up to the gun, and before you pick it up, she says, "You really want me to pick up the murder weapon?" And you're just like, "Yeah, pick it up." And there's also another object in the game that gives you your force powers. This game, it's basically force powers. Like you can pick stuff up and use telekinetic powers and shoot stuff at enemies and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. There's no like ammo in this game. Like your gun regenerates, so you kind of have to like use your resources wisely until it comes back. And your force powers in this is a disc. You find a floppy disk, and for some reason, it like goes into your body, and now you can use force powers. It's really weird. There's a thing called the Council. You don't know what it is. It just talks to her while she's in this other dimension. Like there's a lot of weird, supernatural, normal stuff happening. I hear it's kind of like a Metroidvania. And I kind of see the elements of that in this, where you go to one area, you get your weapon or your ability, and then you can progress through that area. But then you see areas that are sectioned off, and you can clearly see that you can get something eventually later to come back and open up that area. So there's probably Metroidvania elements in this. I can't.
That does intrigue me.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing some more of this. The map, I'm not too big on, because it's like you can bring up the map, but you can't like examine it. Like you can't like open it up and take a look at it. You play while the map is up, which is weird. Yeah, I know, I'm not a fan of that.
That's not very Metroidvania.
Exactly, but I don't know. Maybe it'll change, because like from what I see of the map, the first map that you get, anyways, it's just a couple of places, and I've been to like 90% of them already. So I assume that's not all there is. And the way that they're making, I was gonna say, making an excuse for like having you explore more areas, is that the building itself changes. It's like there's control points that you can go up to. They're basically your fast travel points, and you can cleanse it, and then it'll make everything in the area turn normal, and that's like its natural state. But the entire building itself just modifies and stuff. And there's a couple shots on the outside where you can't see the entire building, and it kind of looks like it goes off forever, like upwards. So they're playing a lot with space and time. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff in this. It very much plays with space and time in this game, which is very interesting. Yeah, I can't wait to play more of that. I was going to play some before this, but I didn't have enough time. I had to get ready for the show. Believe it or not, I actually have to get ready for the show, which is interesting.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, me and Justin played a little bit of Gears 4, a couple of levels. I don't know if you want to talk about that or not.
I mean, it's Gears 1, but prettier, honestly. Like, it's not as different as I expected it to be.
Yeah, controls are about the same. You have the same kind of guns. You like the characters.
There's some cool
more.
new stuff in there, but for the most part, it's like a little more polished. Like, it wasn't so jank.
What do you think?
There's
about
still some jank in there.
What do you think about the Fabricator?
I didn't need it like as a gameplay element.
Yeah,
you don't get enough ammo. I feel like they put the Fabricator in to justify not giving you as much ammo in the game, because it feels like you're constantly running out.
Yeah, it feels like we were constantly running out,
which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like when I was playing it for the first time, the Fabricator was a way to make you play the Horde mode of this game in single player, which is interesting. Instead of breaking out into it, like there's obviously they break out into the other mode, but they want to include that in the game.
Yeah. I mean, when you put the development time into a new mode, you want to make sure people play it.
Yeah.
But
I'm really interested in like hearing all these reports about the new game and how it's like an open world RPG. That sounds wild to me.
yeah, I wouldn't have played it if it wasn't for Game Pass. But now I actually am like legitimately curious about the new game.
Yeah. I would have played it either regardless because that's a game that I play with my dad. So.
Yeah.
Cool. So, you know, it's a fun couch co-op shooter.
Yay!
Yeah. You like the characters in the new one. I don't. I like only one of them, which is the girl. I don't remember her name. Kate?
Oh,
Yeah, Kate. I like that they're not characters. I didn't necessarily say I like them. Like, I think they're really interesting characters. I just said that I like that they're more fleshed out.
They're not stereotypes.
Yeah, they feel like they have room to grow as people, rather than just like, oh, I know exactly what you are, like from the first interaction, and I won't get anything more out of you for the rest of this game.
Yeah.
That's all. Because like they've already had more like emotional resonance, like with the stuff that happened in the town, and then meeting Marcus, and like it feels like it's a more mature story that they're trying to tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they tried doing that stuff in 2 and 3, especially with Dom's wife, and then when Dom sacrifices himself for Marcus, there's like big emotional story beats later on in the series, but yeah, they're more or less the same kind of character. Yeah, that's all I've been playing. So moving on into the news, just a quick follow up with the Nintendo Switch trade-in program. Apparently there's no Nintendo Switch trade-in program.
it was fake news. It was literally fake news.
I don't understand what the story is.
So
There were reports.
yeah, go ahead, Ben.
There were reports that we talked about last. Was it last week or 2 weeks?
I think it might have been 2 weeks ago.
If you
'cause
bought
I
a,
heard it later.
if you bought a Switch after July something, because the new Switch model with the better battery life is supposed to be coming out.
Oh yeah,
you get a free one, but apparently that is not true. So,
yeah, it was like you can send it in and they'll replace it with the new one. Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah. Nintendo spokesperson explained, we do not have a Nintendo Switch exchange program. We always want players to enjoy the Nintendo Switch systems, and if anything ever gets in the way of that, we encourage them to visit support.nintendo.com and to contact our customer support team. So there you go.
See, at first I thought this was like the GameStop thing because they were doing like a $225 trade-in value or something towards like anything. Like when you trade your Switch in, you get $225.
you could buy a new Switch.
Yeah, people were using that towards the new model to pay like $75 for the quote unquote upgrade. Because it's not a better version, but like the better battery life is a good deal for some people.
Mm-hmm.
So like I thought it was something like that, and I was like, no, that was confirmed. Like, but I didn't read the story. I'll be honest.
All right. So moving on, I'm going to talk about Destiny real quick. There was some news that came out regarding the season pass for Destiny going forward, and there's going to be 2 different tiers of season pass, basically the free version and the premium version. If you're going into Shadowkeep this year, you already have the premium version for the new season. But there's a lot of things about this that I don't really like. For example, season pass owners, they immediately get a new exotic on rank 1, and it's a new hand cannon. I don't like that because I feel like you should earn your exotics. Like if you get the quest for it, I would have been way better for that. But having to just immediately get it by buying the season pass, kind of weird. Eventually, later on in the season, like the last 4 weeks or so, they're talking about having it so that you can buy ranks for the season pass, so you can eventually just end up buying everything that's in that pass instead of playing for it, which is going to appeal to some people, like people that don't have a lot of time and just want to buy stuff. I don't know who those people are.
It could even be like people that try to play it but run out of time. It's like, well, crap,
Right.
I can still buy the like. It's giving options.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think that's a problem.
I don't have a problem with it myself. I just don't know people that. I personally just don't know people that are like that.
Oh, there are.
I know,
There's people that will buy anything in a
There's
game.
weirdos out there. Another thing that I don't like about their ideas for the seasons going forward is that they're gonna rotate out events. And so, for example, the past year, one of the seasons was season of the Black Armory, and the event in that was the forges. They're basically 3 rounds, 2 rounds of throwing balls at a forge, and the final round of killing a boss. And they would rotate that out as soon as that season was over, and put in the new events, Gambit Prime and Reckoning. And they said the reason they're doing this is so that the game isn't always growing bigger and bigger and becoming a larger file size on your computer, and they can handle the data easier. I just don't. I feel like removing content from your game is not a good way to go about it. I don't know.
I think when it becomes a games of service, it's not about removing content, it's about providing a service. So it's the Netflix model. You know, when Netflix gets rid of a movie and adds a different movie, it's not removing content from Netflix. It's just changing out what's available on that service for that month. Yeah, it's a different way of thinking about it.
This also affects things like your triumphs, your titles and seals. So you can't. So it's not confirmed that it's going to affect them, but if they're talking, the way they're talking about it sounds like it would. And some of the things I would not expect them to take out would be raids and stuff like that, like more end game kind of stuff. If they took out the raid, that would be really stupid.
They're not going to take out the prime content.
No. And what they would do is they would put the weapons that come from, and like the armor and the gear and stuff that come from that season into the gunsmith at a later time, so you can eventually get that stuff, which is a good idea if they're going to go forward with this. But I don't want to miss out on stuff that, like, hey, they came up with a really good idea and they executed it really well. Why are you going to get rid of it? I don't know.
To rotate it back in eventually.
Are they?
You'd assume.
I wouldn't.
What's the point in developing content just to get rid of it forever?
You know what they seem about people assume? They assume the position and get butt fuck in the ass.
Yeah.
All right.
I wouldn't assume that. I don't know.
But you're also a pessimist, so.
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
No. I'm a realist.
The same thing, just with a fancier word.
I'm a realist with cynical tendencies, but I try to come at things with from all angles.
Yeah, spread that cum everywhere.
Ew. So like the season pass itself, I'm not against. Other than just like gaining engrams for each level up, you'll be gaining seasonal levels, and you'll be getting the stuff that comes with that level. So for example, you get 25 shards if you have the premium version for level 21, and so on and so forth. They are putting exotic engrams in that. Again, not sure how I feel about that, but I already have all exotics, so it doesn't really affect me. I might as well share the love, I guess.
I think the paid people should get better rewards.
Yeah, they are.
If you're not going to pay, you should have to put more work in to get the same results.
Yeah, but this is America.
Yeah,
right.
They are.
Capitalist country.
No, the thing is, that as a consumer, they're going to like, man, I went the free, I'm paying, you know. No,
man.
They are already, though. Like, they're going to be getting the armor and the weapons faster than people that didn't pay. And they're going to be getting exotic ships and stuff at the end of it. There's 100 levels to get in each season. So,
it's always going to be a balancing act. Like when something first goes free to play, they have to figure out that balance.
Yeah.
This is going to be the janky season. While people complain, they take in user feedback, and then they say, we're listening, like a year down the road.
Yeah. And Bungie's been really good with that over the last year. It's just, it's worrisome because there's things happening that we're not going to know until it comes to fruition and see what happens. So, just a little cautious, that's all.
Yeah.
I want to voice my opinion.
But it's fine, still fix it Destiny 3 in a year.
Alright.
See, that was a cynical side.
Right. I have a Mortal Kombat story. Was that from this week or last week?
Yeah. It's more casting announcements for the movie.
Okay.
More
Cast-
casting announcements for Mortal Kombat.
So,
Yeah.
so we have the cast of Sonya Blade and Kano.
And oh, there was two.
I didn't think
there was
anything
another
else.
character, but they didn't say who they're playing. There's another actor, but they didn't say who.
Oh,
playing, I
Louis
guess.
Tan from the Wu
Yeah.
Assassins.
Like everyone knows who Louis Tan was. He was up for Shang-Chi.
Right. Everyone knows who that is.
Yeah.
Do we have a Scorpion? We have a Scorpion already, right?
No, the theory is he's probably Scorpion.
Yeah, the Spectre.
But that would be kind of a waste because I feel like they would just want like a stuntman in a suit
but
for that.
Scorpion has like an arc though. Like if you plan to do multiple
So
movies,
does Sub-Zero, and he's just a stuntman.
they-
I mean, like he's an actor, but he's best known for his stunt work.
Scorpion has the better arc.
Scorpion has a real arc.
Yeah,
He also has a modulated voice and a skull for a head.
that's awesome.
I'm just saying you don't need an actor for that.
And he's got a talk.
But he could also be Shang Tsung, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've got Jessica Neknemi. I don't know how to say that name. As Sonya Blade and Josh Lawson as Kano. And the reason I put this in here is because, we'd been talking about like kind of fan casting and everything, and all of these picks have felt very TV grade. There's some movie people in here, but they're not like big name movie people. They're like, hey, this person was in a movie in a supporting role, but was mostly TV. And so it's like I was hoping for like Chris Hemsworth or something as Kano, like a one of the Australian guys that we know. But if they're going for like a mostly lesser known, cheaper like TV cast, there's some good picks in here still. Like just kind of going visually. But Josh Lawson is who I specifically wanted to talk about because he's done a few things that I know, and he definitely has that kind of smarmy dick quality. And honestly looks quite a bit like a Kano character if he just bulks up a little bit.
Yeah, and if Kano wasn't like a drug dealer.
Yeah, he looks like classic Kano. I'll say. But I don't know. There's some like no one I would have ever guessed, but there's some surprising picks in here.
Yeah, I mean, Mortal Kombat's like basically the story is like a B like schlock like martial arts 70s movie. So like these choices are fine. Like let it be what it's supposed to be. Don't try to make it high art. It's not.
Exactly. But yeah, so it's just crazy this movie is coming together so quickly. Like it's actually happening. They can't come back now.
Yeah, I just hope they get the licensing for the like. I know it's a reboot, but you better use that Mortal Kombat song. Like,
I kind of want a new one.
No. Why? Why do you want change? Too much is changing already. So let's.
They can put the classic in there, like as
let's
a
get
remix.
a remix.
But
there
have
you
a
go,
new
fine.
theme.
No new theme.
Just put the classic in there, like as a credit song or something.
What are you doing?
No, why do you want to? Why fix something that's not broken?
Whatever.
It's great.
Anyway, the thing that kind of disappoints me is like so far all of the cast announcements are like classic characters. Like
I mean, yeah, it's Mortal Kombat 1.
The same characters that they have every time.
Yeah.
Like let's get some new faces in there, some ones that haven't been on the big screen yet.
I mean, go see this movie and make Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah. Because I have a feeling it is just going to be those like main 8. Although Jax is technically Mortal Kombat 2, so there's that.
Yeah. Well, in the game they like he's on the island, so it's in the original game he wasn't.
Right.
So.
But he's been kind of like retconned as an original.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. 9 is the new starting point.
Mm-hmm.
So and Kung
But
Lao
9 had a lot of the other characters too. Like
true. Like
Noob, which
Ermac.
I don't think they'll do. Ermac.
Noob was not in in that like that Shang Tsung Island part. He was not in there because
he was part of 9.
No, right. But I'm pretty sure they're only going to tell the Shang Tsung Island stuff.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, that's like we'll see his head get ripped out by Scorpion, and how he and maybe in the sequel we will see hopefully we'll see Noob Saibot.
Yeah, that's true. I guess they have to keep it pretty simple so they can get a sequel. They can't go too crazy.
And then you go big budget for the third one when like Shao Kahn's invading Earthrealm.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
You go Game of Thrones on that shit.
I'm just saying it's a little disappointing. I kind of wanted a little more character variety.
Yeah, I get you, but maybe this time we'll actually get fatalities.
Oh, they said that. It's going to be R-rated with fatalities.
Right. Do we know what the budget is for this? Because
I'm pretty sure they haven't said.
Okay.
It's probably low.
It's low, but they're saving money on the cast. That's why they're going, like, budget TV people.
I wonder if they're going to, like, if Goro has to be in it, right? Like...
They should.
Like, they gotta have...
splurge on a few things.
Yeah.
Because that would be, like, a good, like, kind of final... Like, you have fairly normal characters.
Yeah.
And then, like, the end of, like, they have Goro come out and, like, just rip someone's limbs off, like, all four limbs off at once.
You know who would have been a great voice for Goro, but he's gone, is Michael Clark Duncan. I think he would have been great as Goro.
He could have been, like, mocap for Goro. He's
probably, yeah. He was huge.
Just get Josh Brolin to play Goro?
No.
Get Harvey Firestein.
I'm trying to think of something Goro would say in Harvey Firestein's voice, but it's not coming out. He does not compute. But no, put Goro... Seriously, movie producers, because we know you listen to our show. Put Goro in this movie. He belongs there.
Or Shiva, if you want a lady.
They could do both. I think they could do both. Maybe not like she doesn't fight, but like she's like just there.
Yeah.
Nice cameo. They could do a ton of cameos.
Oh, yeah. I think they will. That's how we'll get some of those other characters in.
Yeah. All right, Ben, talk about Mega Man Zero.
Yeah, so coming January 2020, I'm the Mega Man guy.
He's the Mega Man guy.
My name is Zero.
Yeah. Too late. He handed the segment off to me, so
Whatever.
I think he put the story in here. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think I did because I was like,
I saw the trailer first, like when it was leaked. I just wasn't gonna put a leaked story in.
Yeah, so I was official, so I'm a good news boy. So yeah, seemingly out of nowhere, Capcom just dropped this Mega Man Zero ZX collection that's coming out next year. It's gonna have Mega Man Zeros 1 through 4 and the ZX games, which were like the final. I think there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
So which were originally DS games. So this is cool. It's not much to say other than that it comes out January 21st. No price yet. There is a physical edition and there's a limited edition in Japan, but I hope it gets a physical edition in the West because, come on, I already have the Legacy collections on X and Classic. Like, give me Zero.
And it's coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Exactly.
It's coming to everywhere just like other collections. So now you will literally be able to play all the core 2D platform Mega Mans that are like that initial play style from Classic to X to Zero. It'd be kind of cool to play through all of them in a go. Like, that would be kind of badass. I won't do that because that's insane, but that's neat. I think that's finally cool because I didn't think they were going to do this. And the fun thing about the DS one, the ZX games, is that they're actually going to include the touchscreen mechanic. It's like in the bottom right of your Switch screen, or I guess I'm assuming it's the Switch screen or whichever screen you're playing.
Yeah, they're modifying it so like you can play the whole game without touch controls.
Yeah.
But the bottom screen can still act as a map.
Yeah, which I think is neat. I own the Zero collection, the one they released for DS. Actually, I got it free because Amazon fucked up a Christmas that year, and they gave everybody $20. Like, here, shut up, give us more money. And I bought it that way. And I only beat the first 2. Started 3. It's by the way, these games are fucking hard. Like, they're hard. Like, they're gonna kick your ass. So just go into warning. But even though I already own the collection on DS, I will buy it again just for the Advent games because I don't own those. I don't think they're that expensive.
Games.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm saying Advent for some reason.
Advent's the second game.
That's
what
right.
a good Mega Man fan you are.
I never played them. Hey, I'm the one who got assigned the story, so I'm talking about it. So yeah, I'm gonna buy this collection just because of those 2 games. And it'd be nice to have all the actual good, not good because they're not all good. All the actual core like Mega Mans on one system. That's neat. That's neat. I'm sorry, I like novelty shit like that.
Yeah, I also think this is really cool. Mega Man Zero was actually the first Mega Man game I ever beat. I was really proud of myself and did an LP on it, so I was like, okay, I have to beat it. Like I'm on, I'm like being recorded. I already had one, like my first Let's Play, I think, was Mega Man X4, and I didn't beat it. Like I rage quit that. It was actually I still really enjoyed that series because I had a lot of fun with the last episode of like rage quitting instead of beating it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I was like, I'm determined to beat it this time. I'm not going to fail another Mega Man Let's Play. But I've only like played a little bit of 2. I think I remember it being a little more non-linear, and I got lost. And I don't remember playing 3 or 4. I might have like loaded them up and then not gotten very far. But I specifically remember 2. And then I think I like have a ROM of ZX Advent, but I don't really remember it that well. I don't know too much about either of those games.
A lot
honestly.
of people swear by them of those who've played it.
I've heard they're good. So I'm actually really excited to try all these because I want to actually go through all of them and beat them in order.
Yeah.
I've beaten all the X games now. I have to beat all the Zero games now.
I would
consider ZX also in the Zero series, especially since they're part of this.
Yeah.
Now.
And I think it actually concludes the story. By the way, if you're an X fan and you never played the Zero games, like it actually continues from X.
Yeah.
Like it picks up from that like 100 years or something like that. It's cool. Like they do some interesting thing with X, and it's kind of shocking. And
that's why like it would be hard to do another X game.
I think you could.
I think they would need a new series because like they had basically Mega Man X and then Mega Man Zero and then Mega Man ZX. So I think they would just need a new series like after the ZX games.
I want X back, man. I don't care how they do it. It doesn't have to fit.
They could bring the characters back, like just in a new future. Like go even further in the future.
They should just bring Legends back.
They should
also. It's Legends. Oh yeah, I'm really upset that tweet didn't get traction. Damn it, that was funny.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't.
He tweeted about Legends. Yeah.
No, it is kind of shitty though, like because like nobody cares about the GBA ones. That's a shot. That like let like ZX Zero fans, X fans, Classic fans, they get their collections, but the Legends fans who only have 2, it wouldn't be that hard to do it. Just sitting there, just like.
Real quick, I'll get back to Legends. I did have a comment on that, but I wanted to say real quick that the only reason I could beat Mega Man Zero on my Let's Play was because I was save scumming the crap out of it by the end. So I love that this collection has the save assist feature. Also the casual mode, but I don't want to use that. That's like where you can't die, basically.
Yeah, it's not.
But I do want to use the save assist because that comes in major handy in some points.
Oh my god, yeah.
So like that's why I'm actually want to beat these games now because I can do it that way. But on the Legends front, I think they'll probably do like a Battle Network collection first because those games are super popular for some reason.
They're fun.
And yeah, I mean they're good games, but they'd probably split that up. They'd be able to get some more money out of them because they're milking the Mega Man franchise for what it's worth right now.
Capcom would never do that.
No, there was 6 of those, and then like 3 of the like Star Force games or whatever they were called.
Yeah, nobody cares about Star Force. That's the least talked about one.
Again, that's a similar situation where it's a continuation of Battle Network. So they would put those together too. So I think they would probably do like a two-thing collection where it's like 1 through 4 or something that were all the GBA ones, and then they would do all the DS games together. So like 5 and 6 and the Star Force games. It'd be kind of a weird way to split it, but
yeah, that is weird. But
I don't know how else you do it. I think there was only 6 because like there was also they started doing the Pokemon thing where there was like 2 different versions of the games, and a few of them were actually like drastically different. So then you'd have to probably include both versions.
So maybe you could do a Battle Network collection and then just do a Star Force collection. I doubt there's that many Mega Man clamoring for Star Force collection.
I don't even know what that is.
But if you left them out, it would be the same situation with people mad about Legends. Like, when there's fans for something and they feel rejected, like
I think there are more fans for Legends than Star Force, honestly.
I'm just saying you probably have to put it out still.
Yeah, probably, but I would hope Legends gets it before.
Because that's what you do. Like, look at the Mega Man X collection. That was, you could buy them separately. You could do, what was it, 1 through 4 and then 5 through 8? Or was it?
Yes.
Yeah. And there was people that just bought the first part because they only cared about 1 through 4. But they knew that they could, get people to buy them all together, even though some of that collection suck, because they would want to get all of them. So it's like they could get some people that don't care about the Star Force games to get them by pairing them with some of the Battle Network games that they do like. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
But
unless you're about to wrap up, we're gonna move on.
I was.
Okay.
I didn't get to my Legends thing because you got distracted. But I think the reason that they haven't done Legends yet is because they're actually going to put out like a Legends HD remaster collection. So like it's like you said, it's only 2 games.
Oh,
it shouldn't be that hard to put out.
It's not bad anymore.
Honestly, those games hold up. I've been playing them on the PlayStation Classic, and like that graphic style is great still. But I think you could do a really good job at just kind of smoothing it out. Like you wouldn't even have to do that much of an up-res or anything. Smooth it out, make it widescreen, or put bars like they've been doing with Final Fantasy remasters.
Yeah, that's what my cousin said to me.
And update the control scheme a little bit, and re-release them, and they would do really well. But you can't just drop the collection out like you can with the others, I don't think. You'd have to do a little more work. Right. So if they do that and maybe try to drum up some more support for Legends 3, that could work a lot better than just, here, have these 2 games. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's Capcom, so who knows?
Yeah.
Moving on, we have Borderlands coming over to Fortnite.
I just put this in here because I didn't know that they were doing this like Rift Zone thing now. It's kind of cool. Like I haven't played Fortnite in forever, but it's like parts of the map just transform into other areas, I guess.
Okay.
None of us knew Fortnite.
We don't play Fortnite.
Not anymore.
Right.
I deleted it from my Switch.
Yeah, I might still have it on there. I don't remember.
Okay.
But this was a pretty cool trailer. Like the idea that it just kind of like opens up and like you're just walking into Borderlands world basically, with like new enemy types, new weapons, all kinds of stuff. That's a really cool idea as a way to like open up all kinds of crossover opportunities with different games and stuff. And I know they're doing it because it's an Epic exclusive and they can get a sweet deal that way. But it's one of the most logical crossovers I've seen in a while. But I guess you guys don't know anything about it, so we don't have to talk about it.
Okay. Speaking of a game that we've all played and know about, Mario Kart. Mario Kart Tour is coming out in September 25th on iOS and Android devices. You can pre-order now on your iOS.
That's so weird to me.
Pre-ordering a free-to-play game? Yeah, that is weird.
That's weird.
It's like on Android they call it like pre-registering, so like it'll automatically download as soon as you tap.
That's weird. It's so weird.
But what's cool is like, did you guys watch the trailer?
I did not see the trailer. No.
Okay. So the beta trial thingy that I tried was just like kind of a few retro courses that have been reworked for this game, and it was fine, but like there was nothing new to it. Like it was all the same characters, tracks just kind of on your phone. But this trailer actually showed a lot of cool new features. Like there's new courses that are based on real world locations, hence the tour name. So they're like kind of Mario Kart versions of like Paris, and I think there's like a Japanese thing in there, and like a something in Greece. I couldn't really tell what they were. I'm just kind of going off of the banner they put out with the release date. But there was like a New Donk City looking type place, and just I don't know. I didn't expect new courses from this game, honestly. I thought it was like going to be a cash in, relying on retro courses. And then to go along with that, there's costumes you can put onto the characters that are like kind of based on those different places you can go. So like they showed Mario in like a nice suit, like a mobster suit, and like there's like a pastry chef look and some different things. So I'm sure that's going to go into the the free to play mechanics where like you buy these cosmetics for the characters to wear and stuff. But it's still kind of cool. Like when you're playing online against other people, it gives you a little bit of personality to it, customization. And then the best part is that Diddy Kong is playable again for the first time in 11 years. Love Diddy Kong as a playable character.
Who's Diddy Kong? I never heard of him before. A new character?
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Is he like Donkey Kong Jr.?
I feel like they should give this kid his own game. He sounds like he got spunk.
Give you spunk.
Please.
But no, I don't know. It looks better than I thought it did from the trial thing.
Speaking of older games, we got Lion King and Aladdin bundle coming.
This is so weird.
HD remakes. Yeah, that is weird.
I have one thing to say about this. I cannot wait for the news articles to come out saying that The Lion King is the Dark Souls of cartoon platformers. Because it's gonna fucking happen.
It is.
It is. It always was. I've never beat any of these games.
No, yeah, but it's just the Dark Souls thing is gonna come back again. I just can't wait to block all these websites again for the month. But
my favorite thing is that it's multiple versions of the games.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
Except for the SNES version.
I have my Super Nintendo Classic, so I don't have to worry about that.
I thought it was Genesis, SNES, and Game Boy.
I know it's Game Boy. I know it's Genesis. I don't know what the other one is.
I think it's there's only 3 versions of the games as far as
I don't know. Everywhere I'm seeing are like this. Too bad there's no SNES version. They are including a trade show demo. They don't list what versions are in the trailer, which is stupid.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Really?
Yeah.
Although I think the Genesis version is better, honestly.
It has the better music.
The Genesis versions of each are the best ones, but
multiple the Super Nintendo has fun platforming stuff for sure.
Well, I'll say that the middle Aladdin option looks just like the right Aladdin option, but in color. So would it be like or not Dreamcast, Genesis, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy? Because that's a waste.
That is. Game Boy and Game Boy Color. There's no difference besides color.
Right, but the Lion King at least looks like SNES, Genesis, and Game Boy.
Okay, let me try and do a little bit more searching while you guys talk about this.
I'm just kind of scrolling. But the one cool thing they put in here is like a watch mode where you can just skip to different parts of the game.
Oh.
So like you can like watch through a level that you're having problems with, see it completed, and then start at the next level.
God, now kids can actually skip the giraffe level? Fuck y'all.
I had to use a Game Genie cheat to get past that level so I could keep playing the game.
Hey man,
beat that part of the game. The game gets harder.
Whatever gets people to actually like beat these games for the first time. Like,
did you know that? And I learned this recently that in order to beat Scar in The Lion King, because I never got that far in the kid, there's a maneuver that Simba uses in the game where he tosses people. You actually have to use that in the game to beat Scar. Nowhere in the game does it tell you how to fucking do that move. You kind of have to guess. Yeah. Just saying, the Dark Souls are coming back. That's all. I look forward to it. Did I die? I think I died.
No. You're still here.
It looks like it's Genesis, Mega Drive, and Game Boy.
I was gonna say it was probably Mega Drive, but that's just the same thing as Genesis.
Yeah, it's just one's a different region.
It's just one plays slower than the other.
Oh God, why would you do that to yourself?
Or it's just people using Mega Drive instead of Genesis. I'm just saying that SNES isn't included.
Yeah.
That's so weird to not include the SNES version. That's weird.
I guess there's licensing issues.
Yeah, that's what I heard. There was licensing
Capcom
issues.
ported them or made them or whatever for the SNES.
And Virgin, I think, made the Genesis ones?
Yeah, and so the Genesis ones are just owned by Disney, whereas the SNES ones are co-owned by Capcom and Disney, which causes licensing issues.
Yeah. You're telling me Disney can't go into... Well, yeah, they're not really... the Marvel... Yeah, never mind. I was like, just throw some money at them. Like, here, give us our fucking... Well, here, we'll license it. There you go.
But then it's weird that the Game Boy versions aren't like that. Unless that's not, like, Game Gear, is it?
Oh, God, no. Hope not.
Are these all Sega versions?
Oh, my God. I don't
versions,
think it is. I think they're Game Boy.
Why couldn't they just come out with a comprehensive list of, like, here's what's available, and it's available in a month? That's so stupid.
I don't know, bro.
I mean, I'm not getting these because it's a waste of $40.
It is.
Like, maybe it's on sale for like 15 and I want to hate myself for an hour? Sure.
I like all the museum stuff that's included, but it's not enough for me to...
You can watch the films off of YouTube?
plunk down the money. Like, it's got the trade show demo version.
Wait for Disney Plus to come out and rewatch these movies.
Aladdin was on Game Gear, so it might be that.
Ugh,
no, Game Gear isn't black and white.
No,
Game Gear is color.
no,
That's what I'm saying. That middle version of Aladdin that I thought was Game Boy.
I thought you said it was Mega Drive.
Well, Mega Drive is Genesis.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's three versions,
system.
so it'd be Genesis, Game Gear, and Game Boy.
But
probably.
The Mega Drive version is...
Why would you have two handheld... Oh my god, this collection already sounds bad.
It's jank.
It's like...
It's like, oh, that's cool, and then the more you think about it, it's like, wait...
I mean, the Genesis version is fine enough. Like, Aladdin Genesis as Mega Drive is fine enough. But, like, it's such an odd choice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Alright, and then Lion King was on... Oh boy. Genesis, SNES, NES, Game Boy, Windows, Amiga, Game Gear, and Master System.
It's the Amiga version.
So again, that's probably Genesis... Wait, is Master System different from Genesis?
Master System
No,
is
it's the
the
same
8-bit
thing.
one.
It's just a different name.
No, Master System is the 8-bit version.
No.
Yes, it is. The Master System is...
Oh, no, I'm thinking Mega Drive. Right.
Yeah, Mega Drive is,
Okay.
is the European, Japanese...
So that might be like Genesis, Master System, and
Why
Game
would you
Boy.
play an 8-bit game, though? That's trash.
All right.
For different versions.
We need to move on. We won't figure this out just by looking at these screens.
Disney,
Yeah.
just put out a fucking list! Don't you
We
have
went
to.
too deep on this.
Who's the copy editor? Who couldn't put a list together? Come on. Jesus Christ,
It's
man.
probably people doing sleuthing.
Probably.
Mm.
This, I mean, like, it's already officially announced, so they couldn't put out a press release? Come on.
So let's go into this other mystery of TellTale Games being revived. So TellTale Games was shut down last year, is being revived after its assets were purchased by a company called LCG Entertainment. The new company will sell some of the TellTale's back catalog and will work on new games based on a few TellTale associated properties, as well as new licenses.
What properties? All the properties were licensed products.
No, they came up with I'm pretty sure they had some stuff.
Okay.
It
They're
does
more
list
well-
one. It says, as well as full rights to original Telltale games such as Puzzle Agent.
Yeah, Puzzle Agent was a thing.
I don't know what that is. But...
That was okay. An interview with Polygon Audley confirmed that the new business has back catalog rights to the licensed property of The Wolf Among Us and Batman, as well as full rights to original Telltale games such as Puzzle Agent. There are other expired licenses that we're looking at, he said. Also, they're selling the back catalog stuff, so they'll just rake in the money from selling the back catalog. So
Some of the licenses have reverted back to the original owners or have been bought up by other people. Like Walking Dead was bought by Skybound. They released season 3.
yeah,
Stranger Things reverted back to Netflix. There was going to be a Stranger Things Telltale game if you didn't know that.
yeah.
I don't know if Netflix is still working on that or if they decided not to, but there's other properties that they're not sure of the status of, such as Borderlands, Game of Thrones, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Minecraft. That's pretty much it. But I thought this was kind of a weird thing. They're like, we think that there's still a market for adventure games, so we wanted to, grab this legacy because it was probably cheap enough.
It's like, but they're not back. Like, what made Telltale were the people behind
No,
it.
it's like Atari being bought by Infocom.
Well,
Yeah,
they
they're not
are.
really-
They're going to bring back some of the original developers as freelancers.
Yeah, that's not just why not just hire them all on this? Well, that's weird to me.
Because they probably want teams like game by game. Because it sounds like they're going to try to stay small and then just like build out from there. Because they don't want to get too big too quick. Because they don't necessarily know what they're doing yet.
Yeah, because then you'll just have the same problem again.
Right. They need to work for scale in a way that Telltale didn't. Telltale's hemorrhaging money like crazy. There's a lot of information about that out there about why they failed.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. I don't remember any of it, but we did.
Yeah. So the point is they're trying to be better. It says they did an amazing job building a company. We're certainly working very hard not to make similar mistakes.
Yeah, so this is a viable business that went away due to market conditions and some scale choices. I like games that tell stories, and I think our industry should have a company that specializes in narrative-driven games. There's a quote here about I like the idea of binge watching. I don't know where that's from.
They said we'll probably keep the concept of episodes, but with different pacing.
Okay.
This is a different world from a media consumption standpoint. We need to look at how people like to entertain themselves. I like the concept of binge watching.
Okay.
So the idea is probably to get the episodes out quicker. So it's not like they're making one episode, releasing it, and then making the next episode, releasing it. It's like they might make all the episodes and then release them like a few weeks at a time or something like that.
Or they'll make a game and then cut it up into episodes, kind of like Alan Wake was.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they could do a binge thing where you just buy the entire game, but it's split into episodes.
Yeah, that's
so you
what
can play at your own pace.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I didn't know your example.
But. You never played Alan Wake?
No.
Oh,
I have it on Twitch free games. Is it worth looking into?
Alan Wake is great.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
So yeah, that's just kind of cool. A lot of people were super sad when TellTale went away. So we'll see what happens with this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do.
Hopefully a different art style.
And a new engine. I think that's one thing they said. It's they're wanting to make it their own thing. Do the next generation of TellTale instead of being, bound to what they had done before.
Yeah.
Good. Very
that
good.
engine held them back quite a bit.
Yeah, it did.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of new developments and old things, Shovel Knight Dig is coming.
This looks dope.
Yeah, it looks great.
You guys talk about it.
Not just to, I mean, it looks. They're basically taking SteamWorld Dig approach, where Shovel Knight's going on an adventure and he digs for gems, but it's not totally doing what SteamWorld Dig was doing. It's just kind of the similar concept.
Yeah, it is kind of like Shovel Knight mixed with SteamWorld Dig. It's the Shovel Knight gameplay, but with the SteamWorld Dig elements of just kind of going down levels
vertically
and discovering things as you go,
rather
than the level by level approach. The classic 8-bit level select thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it looks great. I love the new 16-bit art style. There's a lot more depth to everything. It's really.
It looks good. I kept wondering, oh god, do I get this free? But I think it's a new game. And then once I figured out it was a new game, I'm like, okay, I can give Yakuza games more money. Awesome.
Yeah. But it looks like if you had told me this is SteamWorld Dig, or if this was if this was Shovel Knight 2, I would have believed you.
Definitely.
But the gameplay is different enough that I'm glad it's not.
It's more a spin-off than, say, a sequel.
Yeah. It gives me, Cadence of Hyrule vibes, for example. I fully think of that as a canon Zelda game. But it plays differently enough that it's technically a spin-off. But there's enough Zelda to it that it still fits the Zelda model. So it's kind of a gray area type.
Yeah.
Especially since it's, not developed by Nintendo, obviously. This is co-developed by Yacht Club Games and Nitrome.
Yeah, Nitrome.
Which I don't know what they do.
I guess they did a bunch of pixel stuff before.
Oh, okay. Because I'm kind of surprised this isn't with the SteamWorld Dig developers, honestly.
Yeah, that would have. That would be cool.
Who they are
that would be wild.
I know they're European. That's all I really remember right now. But also along with that we're not talking. I don't think you put in a separate note in the notes separately, but we got an extensive look at the King of Cards campaign.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it looked like I wasn't sure, but I think I'm gonna love this campaign. They showed off more of the world map, some of his abilities. Yeah, I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna love this campaign, and it's free if you already have the game, which is awesome. So yeah, go watch the trailer.
I need to pick up that compilation somewhere else because I have it on Wii U and I'm never gonna beat it there.
Yeah, buy it on Switch when it goes on sale for $20.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's what I did last year, thanks to Thomas. And I'm glad because it feels good playing that game on Switch.
What did I do?
Oh yeah, and they're also adding like pronouns, you can put them or they. They're adding a whole bunch of stuff to the game too. Not when the December update comes. So
nice.
Yeah. Also, the Shovel Knight 3-pack amiibo is finally fucking coming out in December. That has Spectre Knight, King Knight, and Spooky Knight. Is that the one?
No.
Spectre, King, Plague Knight. Yeah. No, I'm gonna call him Spooky Knight from now on. Yeah, it's Spooky Knight from now on. Yeah, the one who doesn't have the intuitive gameplay. I should give it another. I want to give it another chance. I just haven't had a chance to.
Spectre Knight's definitely better.
Oh hell yeah, it's the best one so far.
Some more news into franchises that you love. Yakuza
Shane
7.
Douglas?
No, Yakuza 7.
Oh yeah. Oh, the one that's getting turned into Persona 5? That game?
Yeah, that game. So Yakuza 7 revealed, and it's a turn-based JRPG for the PS4. There's a trailer and screenshots released.
How do you feel about this?
Yeah, Thomas.
It's weird because like I can understand why they would want to try and do something different because they've made like 6 or 7 games in this series already that are
plus spin-offs and shit.
Essentially the same. But yeah, a JRPG that's completely different from what they've done before. The full title is Ryuga Gotoku 7, some other Japanese stuff, which translates into The Whereabouts of Light and Darkness. Game will be released in Japan January 16th, 2020, exclusively for PS4. Released in North America and Europe, was also mentioned, not dated. Gameplay is what you would expect from a turn-based JRPG, with players selecting commands like attack, defense, special attacks, and members of their party. And for the first time, basically, you'll have a party. There's a new protagonist, because they did say 6 was the last game that features Kiryu.
Yeah. Kiryu-san! Oh, I haven't even gotten there yet.
Does the new guy seem cool?
He looks cool, but you don't know anything about him.
I feel bad for him because he can't compare to Kiryu. We've had 6 games with this guy. It's
like, maybe that's why they switched up the gameplay, because they're like, we don't want to redo what already exists. We've got a new guy. We want to give him his own style.
Yeah, even then, it's gonna be hard to live up to what Kiryu said.
Like, make it Yakuza something else.
Yeah,
like, it's weird. I still haven't played Judgment, by the way. That game's out. It's a spin-off.
Yeah.
There's so many Yakuza games, you know.
I'm honestly kind of interested in this because it's a JRPG. You know me, like, I didn't hate, the Yakuza style. I just didn't really like I thought the fighting was kind of clunky. And
you use all the money.
He played Yakuza Kiwami 1, not 0.
Yeah, you should have played 0.
0 is really good.
But like this shot of the combat system looks really clean. Like I like the kind of, because it looks like it might almost be like an action RPG style, which would make a lot more sense than turn-based.
Yeah.
Or did it say turn-based?
Grown-ass men standing across each other on a line, taking turns hitting each other. That's funny to me.
Yeah. Because like the fact that it's like all face button things, unless it's like Mario RPG where that's like your menus, that makes me seem like it's different attacks mapped to each face button. And
it's based off Dragon combat. Based off Dragon Quest, because I even think the producer even said like they got permission from the.
Oh yeah, the main guy likes Dragon Quest or something.
Yeah. So like, even though like everybody's like, so they're trying to copy Persona 5, I'm like, this is why I hate when JRPGs get one JRPG gets mainstreamed, and every other single JRPG just compared to that. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
Play more, idiots. Sorry.
I don't know. It seems kind of cool to me.
Yeah, and there's like stuff in there that people that are in the Yakuza series that know about, like the Tojo families, the Omni Alliance, and so it'll be surrounded by stuff that's familiar for sure.
It's just which I think after 6, especially. I haven't played all 6, but I imagine having played 6 games of doing...
Well, technically 7, because Yakuza 0.
Yeah, technically 7 with Yakuza 0. Of doing relatively the same stuff, because, minigames change, but you're generally running around being a badass in Japan, being a good person. Trying to, at least. That's fine. Change it up. See what happens. Worst thing you can do is go back. Like, I hope...
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So actually, I forgot to mention the part of the Kiwami 2 stuff that I played. There's an RTS in that game.
What?
So like, one of the things that you can do to get money is basically defend Majima's construction company, and
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
yes, Goro Majima becomes a construction mogul. Okay.
I need to play. God, fucking too many fucking video games, and Yakuza just sitting there being neglected. I need to get there.
So yeah, it's like an RTS. Like you command people that are in his construction site, like defending his stuff while people come in and try and destroy his stuff because there's mafia shit going on, Yakuza shit going on. And that doesn't play particularly well. Like it's kind of.
It's probably like a thing they just threw in there.
Maybe, yeah. But so like going the strategy route, it's kind of interesting. Like obviously this is gonna be the main game, so it's definitely gonna be better than the RTS stuff. But
yeah.
Yeah,
I look forward to hearing you talk about it when it comes out in the West.
Yeah, like after I play through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Judgment.
You got time.
And then this.
You just have to stop playing Destiny all the time.
Yeah,
you'll blow through
them. That's like saying unplug the life support system for him.
It's like telling Ben not to play Street Fighter 5.
Don't suggest. Why would you suggest such darkness upon me?
I can't say anything. I'm gonna buy Final Fantasy VIII again next week.
Man does an epic story play about it. Plays it again. News
and
at
we'll
11.
probably redo that epic story play.
Yeah.
I really don't want to right now. Like the depression has hit hard, and I'm like, that sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like I know I do want to.
But you
it's
know,
just my stupid brain right now.
You
You
should just lay in bed under the covers and sleep.
Right.
You know, my shitty voice acting's up to do it again.
Oh, I know.
Speaking of shitty voice acting,
see?
we have...
Yeah, awesome! Fuck yeah, I got it on video too. Awesome. Or audio, whatever.
I mean, I wasn't agreeing with your opinion. I was just agreeing that I know you'll do it.
Thomas can edit it to where it sounds like you're agreeing to it, so it's awesome.
Speaking of shitty voice acting, we have Resident Evil. Leaked Resident Evil images show project teased by Capcom for Tokyo Game Show. There's more Resident Evil, guys.
It's not Resident 3. It's
probably a
Remake.
spinoff.
Yeah.
It's like Project Resistance is what it's called right now. And it looks like a co-op thing.
Yeah, a lot of people are comparing it to Outbreak, that bad Resident Evil multiplayer game that came out a couple years ago.
Outbreak.
You never heard of that? Oh my god, it's one of the most broken games I've ever seen. It's hilarious.
I know about Raccoon City. I don't know about Outbreak.
Maybe actually, hold on. Maybe it's it's something like
There's
that.
multiple.
Yeah,
Okay.
one of them is broken as fuck, and it's so fucking hilarious.
Name any of the
watch.
spin-offs. They're probably all bad.
Yeah, I don't see this being like. It's not Resident Evil 3 remake, obviously.
Remake.
And I don't see like another like mainline co-op game. Surely they wouldn't already go into bad favor like that. So it's probably like a games as service spin-off type thing. But they're going to show off more like the official reveal at the Tokyo Game Show in September. So there's like just over a week. When is the 9th? September 9th.
2 weeks.
Next Monday. Like, yeah. So we'll find out more then.
Resident Evil Outbreak was a PS2 game in 2003.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of Raccoon City. That's the
95%
broken
of people that Googled this game liked it.
Oh, maybe that was the good one.
I don't know.
I thought all of the co-op ones were bad.
I always make fun of the Google users ranking because if you're going to Google a game, there's a high chance that you're going to like it. You know what I mean?
You could be like looking up that thing you hate. I'm more likely to remember the name of something that I love than something
You're not
I
going to
hate.
look it up and go to...
No, I would be like, oh man, like what? Like if you're trying to tell someone that like something's awful, it's like, what was that? What's that terrible thing I played? I can't remember.
But then you're not going to vote on it and be like, this is bad.
Have you seen Yelp?
Seen the internet?
People only share their opinion when it's something negative.
Oh yeah, I'm on one guy's Yelp review.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's
That's
hilarious.
awesome.
I have it on my wall.
You should put it on your resume.
I should. I'm on Yelp, bitch. Hire me.
Okay. So we got a question in from Mike, good old Mike.
Hi, Mike. Mike, the TV. Sorry.
Mike. Okay. He says, "What is your go-to game when you? What is your go-to game you play when you're feeling down?"
Well, it's Pornhub, first of all.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know. Real answer.
Street Fighter 5.
No, because that game makes me angry at points with the fucking netcode, which is a problem, even more so now. No, Sonic Mania lately. Like if I want to feel good about myself, I just play that game, and nothing else matters.
You spin dash into happiness.
Listen to the great music, play those incredible levels. Yeah, Sonic Mania.
Justin, yours is Final Fantasy 8.
Not specifically. I was trying to think like if I have a good answer to this.
Or 9.
Because like usually when I'm feeling down, I don't want to play a game. Like nothing sounds good. Like I was mentioning this week. But about the only thing I can like kind of sit down and do is just an RPG. Like whatever RPG I have going on at the time. Because that's something kind of mindless. Like I can grind and like escape to a fantasy world. Like when I was a kid, that was my escape. Like I would, take my PS1 over to my dad's house. He would pass out drunk, and I would play like whatever Final Fantasy game, or sometimes there was something in my Game Boy Advance, like something I was playing at the time to just like get through the weekend and be able to go home again. So that still kind of holds true now. Like I'll just grind in something. It doesn't really matter what. I don't have a specific game though. Like this week, I was doing it with Grandia.
Grandia.
Yeah,
it's Grandia.
I'm just being annoying.
Yeah, I don't really play games when I'm feeling down. I don't know what I do. I kind of just pace.
I thought you were gonna say Destiny too.
Down. Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
like,
I watch stuff usually.
That's basically it. Like, is either I'm playing Destiny, or if I'm feeling down, I just go lay down and take a nap or something. It used to be Earthbound when I was a kid, but now I don't. Now it's on the Wii U, and I don't have that hooked up anymore. So, yeah, like it's Destiny or something. Something from my past that I really like. I don't really have a game for that.
I feel like we didn't answer that question very well.
Not a satisfying question or answer to that question for me.
I gave a satisfying answer.
Yeah, yours was good.
Yeah. Remember, let alone everybody not forget about my impassioned Sonic Mania speech from 2 years ago.
Never. I would never forget.
Okay.
It still moves me when I think about it. Sorry.
Wait, I should win the podcast equivalent of an Oscar for that fucking... It's not a performance because it was real.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Yes, it is. Hedgehogs are real.
That's true.
Well, Mike's satisfied with their answers, so that's good.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike TV.
So, Justin, where can the people find you?
You can find me if you look for Zero Score on Twitter or YouTube or Twitch. I will eventually go back to those things.
And Ben?
You can find me at twitter.com/MarioSiggy, where I'm probably tweeting about Godzilla, anime, or comic books. Also, I'm going to just say that right now, so I'll actually do them. Just a reminder, I will be doing a video for the Terminator when he comes out for this website to show to Justin that Terminator is actually going to be pretty cool and not have a boring moveset. Did you guys watch the? I don't care about that. Did you guys watch the new trailer for Terminator: Dark Fate? Yes, it looks bad. Anyways,
it looks good.
No, it looks bad.
I am a sucker for Terminator. We actually watched Terminator 2 at my friend's house last weekend because he just put it on for some random reason, and we all sat down and watched it. But I will always love everything Terminator.
What would you pick, Terminator 1 or 2 between those two?
2. Liquid Terminator all the way.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's just better.
It's hard for me to pick because 2 I really loved as a kid.
One's a good horror movie.
1 is like a good like sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
2 is a good action movie. Like if depends on the mood. Halloween.
I will say 2 spends a lot more time in the insane asylum than I remember it.
Yes, it does.
Oh yeah.
And that's not fun.
The best part of that movie is the beginning area where like he comes out with the gun with the flowers and that whole
in the mall. Yeah.
That's the best part.
But like escaping the insane asylum is fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's great. It's great. Oh, but also, because I can remember to do this, with the Sega Genesis Mini coming out, like I mentioned earlier in the show, I will also be doing a video giving my thoughts on that for this website, because I want to try
Nice.
to do more video content for the website and not appear like a lazy asshole, where these two guys are doing all the heavy lifting. So,
I
you
haven't
know,
done a video in a while.
All I
To
do
your
is edit
credit.
this podcast. I don't do anything.
okay, so maybe I'm trying to show that I'm better than them. I don't fucking know. You guys be this audience. You're the judge.
I think that's I think that's definitely it.
Yeah,
So
that
yeah,
is the best out of all of
Terminator
us.
move list, not a combo video because I'm not good enough, but move list video and how cool Terminator is in MK11 and not.
We should do one for Nightwolf too to
No,
prove that
no, it's
he's
too
not
late. No,
garbage.
the metrics are gone. It's already gone. He's already been out a month. So no,
You can't do it because he's garbage.
he's not garbage though. It's not my fault you didn't mess with the moves.
You don't have any proof otherwise.
Racist. Anyways, yeah, so twitter.com/marvelousiggy, where I am pro Nightwolf and pro my people, because Nightwolf is awesome. Yeah.
Okay, you can find me, your host, on Twitter, CSG Thomas, and you can also find us here at charshot.com for audio, video, and written content. You can also check us out on Spotify or anywhere you can get your podcast. Just subscribe, and then as soon as the podcast goes up, refresh, and boom, there you go. You can also email me, Thomas at charshot.com, and until then, guys, enjoy your games. Good night.
Bye, Mike the TV.
You should call this episode